Hi, I'm Gwen Schoen, food writer for the Sacramento Bee. Today in the kitchen we're making chocolate mint pinwheels, part of our continuing series on holiday cookies. This is a basic cookie recipe that's divided in half. Part of it you'll flavor with chocolate and the other part you will tint red, and then we'll roll it into a nice pinwheel cookie. So we're going to start by adding a half a cup of sugar to the mixing bowl. Then we're going to add a half a cup of butter. That's 1 stick. And it should be room temperature. Then we'll add 1 egg and a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of peppermint. A little bit of peppermint goes a long way. And then we'll add 1½ cups of flour and half a teaspoon of baking powder with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to mix that up until it's a nice thick cookie dough. Now when the cookie dough starts to cling together in the bottom of the mixing bowl, that's just enough mixing. And what we'll do at this point is divide it into half. We'll put about half the dough in another mixing bowl. And then to this half, we're going to add 1 ounce of melted chocolate. Chocolate over here all melted, ready to go. And we're using unsweetened chocolate. We'll mix that up really good. Okay, now we have a nice basic chocolate cookie dough. We're going to wrap that up in plastic wrap or wax paper and refrigerate it. And to this other half of cookie dough, we're going to add a little bit of red food coloring. And mix that up really good. You can see how bright red that turned. And we'll wrap that up in wax paper and refrigerate that. Take about an hour and a half to get nice and chilled, and that way the dough will be nice and firm so you can work with it easily. And at this point you can actually freeze the dough if you want to wait and finish it off in a few days. Now that the dough has been chilled, we're going to roll it out into 12 by 7 inch rectangle. This will help you figure out if you've got the dough the right size. I take a little Sharpie and I draw a little rectangle that's 7 inches by 12 right on the wax paper. And then I can use that as my guide when I'm rolling out the dough, and that will make it all fit without too much trouble. So now we'll take the chocolate dough first. Lightly flour the wax paper. Since the dough is chilled, it should be pretty easy to roll out. Then we'll put our template over the top and roll right through the wax paper. Okay, that's exactly the right size according to my template, and we'll do the same thing for the pink layer. Now we have both pieces of dough rolled out to a 12 by 7 inch rectangle. Peel the wax paper off the top of the chocolate layer. And the piece of wax paper off of the red layer. We'll invert this onto the chocolate one. Now we're going to start at the wide end and roll this up jelly roll style. If you have any problems, you can put a little bit of flour on there to help loosen it from the wax paper. It's kind of hard to get started, but once you get going, it's a lot easier. Now that you've got it all rolled up, roll it back up in the wax paper, put it back in the refrigerator for about an hour, then you'll be ready to bake the cookies. Now that the roll of dough has been chilled, we'll unroll the wax paper off of it, cut it into 1/4 inch slices. See how pretty the pinwheels look? And bake it at 375 degrees for about 7 minutes, just until it's lightly browned on the bottom. When they come out of the oven, they're beautiful peppermint pinwheels. So, hope you enjoyed these and have a happy holidays, and thanks for watching.